First, I want to say welcome to Naptown.
Thanks. Pleasure to be here. Naptown showing man love though. For real, it's cool. There's a couple parks right downtown somewhere, something that reminds me of Philly, where I'm from. But yeah, it's cool. Rocking with it.
You even rocking gear from Naptown.
Oh yeah. Shout out Melly. We pulled up on him yesterday. He got me right. I normally do more colors, more kind of, all the chakra colors and shit, but I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna do a little clean black tomorrow. It kind of called to me when I seen that. So yeah, shout out Melly. Got me right, got me clean in that way.
And your piece is really standing out on the black. Tell me about it.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. So it's a dragon, copper wrap, whole lot of different crystals in there, like opal, clear quartz, carnelian, amethyst. Man, there's a few crystals in here where I don't even know what they are, but my guy King C put it together. He's one of the dopest copper rappers, alchemists in the whole world. Like, this is like child's play compared to some of the other stuff he's done. He's done like life-size 3-headed dragons, copper, like this big type shit, you know what I mean? So it's really like anything in the imagination, kind of like, that you could think of, this dude could do it with copper wrap and crystals. So for me, it's a standout piece, it's a statement piece. So, for special occasions, I bring it out. It's a conversation starter. It's like a way to, when I'm moving through the world and moving through rooms, let people know the vibe I'm on. And I mean, everybody doesn't have a welcoming energy to it. Some people are scared of it. So it's kind of like, if you want to, it's a if you know type deal. I've had, matter of fact, little quick side note story on this. I was at Whole Foods one time. Where was I? I was in Atlanta, and I was about to check out. And bro, the cashier seen this shit, man. He got spooked, man, real bad, like, cause he thought I was, like a devil worshiper, like a Satanist or something, cause I'm wearing this. I don't know the Bible in and out, but he referred to something in the Bible with dragons and shit, and he was really really scared to check me out. I'm just trying to buy my fruit, my coconut water. I'm like, bro, like, it's all good, it's all love, bro, like, type shit I'm on, like. Dragons is ancient and mythical. I'm rocking with it, you know what I'm saying? So,
I'm scared at things.
Yeah, I mean, some people scared, but it's a if you know thing. If you know what's up with it, then it's like, boom. It's that, it's love. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. So it's also a form of protection, warding those off that don't need to be in my vicinity. Yeah.
So you mentioned the Bible. What is your spiritual base, like your family? How were you brought up?
I wasn't really brought up too much with a spiritual base. Like a little Christianity, obviously, because I'm in America, I'm black. That's kind of just like the default setting, you know what I mean? For the most part. Although where I'm from in Philly, a lot of people Muslim for real, like, you know what I'm saying? That's like really the dominant religion. But for me, little Christianity was kind of just like go to church on holidays type, like, it wasn't really too much spirituality for me growing up as far as it being a practice, a daily practice, a weekly practice, something, with discipline, with routine that I was like taught, you know what I mean? So a lot of stuff was just kind of very intuitive. I was always, a believer in the Most High, the Creator, Power, God, however you call it with the name, but I wasn't really drawn or attached to one specific religion. And once I got a little older, I kind of started resonating with little pieces from different things, and then started seeing the oneness in it all. It's like, yeah, the love for the Most High God, knowing that that's a reflection inside, and I'm walking with that light, that's where I'm at with it.
So Islam is embedded in the culture in Philly, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So your name is a Muslim name, is that right?
Yeah, it is. And it's funny because, like, in Philly, like, even if you're not Muslim, you probably got a Muslim name. It's just like, just the culture. Also, like, Moorish roots, you know what I'm saying? Like, between Moors and Islam, it's kind of real heavy there. So a lot of us, we just carry that energy, you know what I mean? Like the modern day Moors, and a lot of us don't even know it. But my name, Wakil Ahmad, you know what I mean? It's a Islamic name. So if I had to pick one, it would probably be that. But right now, I'm just, I'm free with it.
What does your name mean?
Counselor, want to be entrusted with, like, entrustee, counselor, somebody of like high, position in council. Yeah, that's what my name means.
And do you feel like you still carry it with you despite choosing a name?
Oh, of course, yeah, that's me all day, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's me all day. Fr33sol kind of came, when did that come? 2018, 2019, around that time, because before that, I was talking to somebody earlier and I told them my original artist name was Kill Confirmed, like it was a play off my name, Kill. So anybody that knew me from a child, from growing up, Kill, that's my name, you see me Kill. They still call me that to this day, that's just, that's how it is. And that was kind of a play off of that name, but after a while, I kind of stopped resonating with Kill Confirmed as my artist name. One, because I didn't see the longevity in it. Like, it felt like something that was, for that time I was young, I was 20, 21, on stage, swinging my dreads, acting crazy. But it's like, I'm like, when I'm 35, when I'm 40, it's like this, I don't feel like this name can grow with me type shit. And I would meet people and I'll introduce myself, and I wouldn't resonate with it as much, like that portion of the name. Obviously, I love my real name, my actual name. Shall my name one of my albums after my name one day. But at that point, Free kind of it just came. Like, I didn't really brainstorm or search or really have a moment where I gotta change it right now. Fr33sol, it just came to me. It had a ring to it. And I felt like it had that element of being able to, I can grow with this. Like, if I'm 45, 50 on the stage doing my classics on the tour or something, I can see that. Like, I can visualize that. Like, that made more sense to me. Yeah.
So what gives you the confirmation that it feels right to use your own voice? Because at one point you were producing, right?
Yeah.
And letting other people put their voice to your art. So what made you decide that it made sense for you to use your own voice?
Man, it just came a time where you reach like a crossroads. I feel like I was kind of reaching a crossroads in my producer career. Because I started out as a musician as well. I picked up the drums when I was 8 years old. My father's a musician, he's a bass player, so it's already genetics in my genes, but I got exposed to it early on, so I was drumming, and I was a real quiet kid, so my voice wasn't really my main thing, it was my hands, so either some drumsticks, or playing the guitar, or playing the piano, or bass, or whatever, learning different songs. I was in school band, started my own band. I was like 13 years old playing rock songs and dive bars and shit, like with my friends, as a kid, like on my little alternative phase. But yeah, like it went from being a musician and kind of composing music to then making beats, which I felt like that was going to be it for me. I'm like, yeah, now I make beats, like this is it. That's like when Lex Luger and Metro Boomin and all of them first came out, and I'm like, yeah, this is it. Like, I found my thing. This is what I like to do. I don't need to rely on other people. I can sit down on the computer, bam, 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 knock beats out. And that became my thing. I was producing for people in the city. I was starting to get my name around, like Philly, Jersey, on that side. But the side about it that I didn't like was kind of the business of it. I wasn't really a fan of like chasing artists around, like chasing rappers around, sending people packs of beats all the time, nobody using them, the shit was fire. It definitely was never due to a lack of my shit being whack. It was never whack. I had like a God-given gift and talent. Like, my first batch of beats was already like sounding professional. So it was kind of like the politics of it. Like, I wasn't really into networking, going to the mixers and emailing journalists and blogs and managers and all this shit like around that time. I'm just like, man, like, I'm not fucking with this part of it. Like, obviously I love to sit down and make music, but if you just producer, like, you need an artist to have a complete song, like, without an artist, these beats are just, sitting on my hard drive, so I had a few people I was producing for, but, you would do so much work, sit down, make a bunch of songs with somebody, and then they don't come out, and then you kind of feel like, damn, like, what am I doing? Like, I know we sitting on this gold mine, and now that I'm an artist, I get it, because I be sitting on shit, I get it now, but at the time, I'm like, I'm tired of waiting on people, I'm tired of needing other people to have a complete product, a complete thought, so by that point, I tried my hand at, picking the mic up. And then once again, I kind of had that feeling of like, it felt like I've been doing this. Like, it felt like it wasn't my first time rapping when it was my first time rapping. Like, that's kind of just like the God-given natural, I was, born with a lot of talent, type shit. So it was easy to kind of just segue from one thing to the next. And once I picked up the mic, that's when it was like, it was no looking back by that point. Because now I can sit down, I can make the beat, I can record it, I can rap it, I can mix it, master it, create the whole product in itself without calling anybody, without paying anybody, without doing anything, you know what I'm saying? And once I got that, it was very freeing. And I'm like, yeah, this is my thing. And then it started to pick up, and that's when I started, getting fans and becoming known nationally and, living off of it and doing everything, But it took a while to elevate to that point where I was able to unlock my voice. Because like I said, shy, quiet. I was the type of kid, that was in the class, like, you didn't even know I was there type shit, unless I stood up. Because I've been this tall for a minute. I always been the tallest person in school. But I was real, quiet and shy unless I really, knew you type shit. So me becoming an artist is what really helped me actually unlock my voice, unlock just, not being in my head too much about everything, So it was very freeing being an artist, very healing. It's the path I needed to go down. Yeah.
What is success to you?
Man, success, like waking up, not having a rush to go to an office job, not having a rush to, do something that you feel like your heart is not in alignment with. Having the money to pay your bills, rent, off your passion is a beautiful thing. There's been plenty of times on my journey where I might have been feeling like I wasn't successful because I didn't have a certain amount of money or a certain amount of status yet, but then I realized, I've been living off of music for a little minute now, you know what I'm saying? So by that point, it's like I done already crossed the threshold of success. We know what streams pay, 0.000 something of a cent. And it's like, I'm getting enough of those to live here, pay this, have a car, do this and that, keep organic food and all that shit. Like, I'm like, I'm good. Success, so, being able to just move in faith, have a system set up to where I know the abundance is coming, that is here, it's already mine. Not really giving too much into the energy of stress and worry. Been working a lot on cutting that out. When shit seems like it's not going right, it's like, it's for a reason, it's aligning a different way. So cutting out the stress, the worry, success also, being healthy, man, because you got all the money in the world, all the status in the world. If your body is fucked up, it's not gonna be no way to enjoy it, So it's like getting active, just being able to wake up and go for a walk, wake up, do push-ups, wake up, lift weights, just being able to do that whenever I want, that's success. I'm saying, my kids, my wife, I feel like, man, it's just everything that I'm experiencing right now, being on the stage with y'all, it's like a beautiful, beautiful manifestation of what success means to me. Yeah.
What role has love, family, and relationships played in your journey to success?
A major part, super, 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 super major part. Especially my wife, my goddess Lavva, because we been on this journey musically, with our union, together for the most part. I recorded her first song, she had already been a poet, already been a writer before she met me, but I had the home studio, I had to set up, I had the shit cracking, and I kind of gave her the extra encouragement, and provided the safe space for her to create. And you might as well get on the mic with this shit, man. You can already write, you can do this, that, and the third. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So she's been there, since very, 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 very early on in the journey. Even before I changed my name, you know what I'm saying? She's rocking with me back then when I used to have a whole big ass crew of people at my crib every day, 10 niggas in the stew, writing songs, smoking, drinking, all that shit every day. She's been around since then. And every step of the way, been growing and evolving and giving me the encouragement, challenging me, giving me the space to grow, become greater, and not just, the realms of success with this shit, but just in life in general, having a pure, clear reflection at home every day, you know what I'm saying, to love, cherish, create these moments, it's so sacred, it's divine, man, and it's don't know where I'll be without it, to be honest. So it's kind of like very, my wife and kids, man, that's like, it's to the point now where I done put being a family man like first now, like even before this shit. Like I feel like it's been points in time in the journey where I be still on the grind, you know, chasing certain shit. And I'm like, you know, and that kind of inhibited me from presently showing up sometimes at home with my wife and kids at the highest level that I know I could, you know, like even back when I was, you know, making content every day and shooting all these videos, doing all this shit, you know, it was like, yeah, it was garnering me attention, it was bringing me more success, but at the same time, you know, that's time that I could be spending with wife and kids and really cultivating our, you know, journey together and being a little bit more present, you know what I mean? So that's really like, that's the main thing. You know, I don't be out in the streets, I don't be in the mix type shit. Like, I be at the crib with kids, with the wife, chilling, cooking for them, you know, making sure they good, raising them, you know, just like, it's a beautiful thing. That's really the main component in my life right now. Like, I don't even record music every day, every week. Like, I kind of, you know, I have spurts of inspiration, boom, 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 but I'm not like on the grind so much now where like this is before family. It's not, you know what I'm saying? So that's like my wife and kid, that's everything, you know what I'm saying? And this is like, you know, a beautiful thing, a conduit, a way for me to change the world, create abundance, do a lot of things, but gotta be on point with the fam in order to like really truly reap the benefits of this shit. Because if this is rolling and, you know, things ain't right at home, it's like nothing's right, you know? So, yeah.
Lastly, what is your mantra, or like what do you say to yourself to pull it together when you may feel like down a little bit or need to get focused?
I don't really have a specific mantra off top, but I try to just embrace the feeling, you know, like it's ebbs and flows, it's peaks and valleys, it's ups and downs to this thing called life. That's what creates the balance. But, you know, I'm going through a little tough time or whatever, I just move in faith. So I just know that, you know, the shit's about to work out, or it's for a proper reason, or it's aligning me a certain way. So it's just an inner knowing at this point that what I'm perceiving as a quote unquote downtime ain't even really that, you know, that's what's needed right now in this moment. And that's another divine, you know, chapter in the journey before shit's back up, you know what I mean? So just knowing, just having trusting God, trusting myself, trusting this journey, trusting the people around me that, you know, it's all good. Still food on my plate, lights still on, car still sitting out front, still live in a beautiful home in Cali. So much shit going, there's so many things going right that it's like, I ain't even about to dwell on shit, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to dwell on. Like, you know, little shit come up, it's like, boom, we might complain about it in 2 minutes when we off that. What's the next thing? Like, I'm enjoying nature right now. I'm fucking, you know, down on the beach with my feet in the water, playing pickleball or some shit. Like, you know, it's cool. Like, I ain't even stressing on that right now, really. Yeah.
Is there a certain crystal that you make sure to have in every piece, or that you make sure to wear in your bracelets?
No, not really. Because, I mean, I am the crystal.
Right.
So I don't need none of this shit. I mean, like, it's great tools at the end of the day, but I ain't even really tripping on crystals too much no more. Carnelian, obviously, is one I named a song after. So that one kind of stuck out. You know, different various types of quartzes is around. Amethyst is around. Like, the tools are definitely around, but any one in particular, not right now. Just making sure that, you know, this walking, speaking crystal that I am, you know, is shining the right way. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're walking what you're talking in your music. I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, indeed.
Do any of you guys have any questions you want to come up and ask? Okay.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You said come up there?
You want the mic?
Oh, I can hear him.
Okay, go ahead,
I can hear him
go
either
I
way.
got my voice, I can talk.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Why you don't be pushing that Transcend album? That's class.
Transmute?
Yeah, Transmute Parcel. That's cold.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Videos, and we need master.
Of course.
We need all that. You tripping.
Nah, you know how it is, bro. Like, when you an artist, like, we be on to the next shit. Like, I know sometimes it's hard to hear, but like, I love that album though. I love that album. Cause that's my only like real like, you know, my next album is gonna be like an album like how that album was. But that's my only like real full length album. The others, you know, almost like long EPs. Like they more compact. But that's the full complete, you know, like cinematic. But I'm working on something like that right now. But you know, like the music is in the ether, so low key, anything that I promote could potentially get somebody there. Somebody click my page off a different song, get to my Apple Music, you know, and then they get into the algorithm. And once you get there, you're liable to hear anything in my catalog by that point. So everything that I do now helps every piece of the catalog. It's like, it snowballs everything. If I put out for one video, it helps the next song, you know, because they'll follow, boom, you start listening to one thing, you let this shit play, and by that point, you know, a week after knowing me, then you might hear Transmute, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying, like, it's also because, like, I make a lot of music, so it's always really like, what's the next EP, what's the next album, boom, 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 like, roll that out. And the way I'm promoting music now, I'm kind of like, as you can see, I don't know if you be on Instagram a lot now, but I kind of fell back off the gram for a little bit, just so I can kind of like, you know, I said, like I'm saying, get my family life together, get everything right. I kind of want to be on some, put out an album, roll it out, do my shit, X, Y, Z, and then fall back. And then, you know, like I don't really want to stand in folks' faces online 365 like how I did last year, or how like, because that shit burned me out, like that shit really, I feel like trying to pump out content and shit like the factory, like that shit cooked me, bro. Like, so now I'm like, nah, like, once it's time, once Free the World is dropping, boom, we're going crazy, do the videos every day, do all that shit, boom, go to tour, and then I'm gonna fall back. And I'm gonna cook some more shit, and I'm gonna come back. And all in the meanwhile, people will be finding Transmute. People still hit me up about that album. People still listening. It's still a part of the daily rituals. But thanks for, you know, shedding light on it. Because that's my first album. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
Any more questions? Okay. Oh.
Oh yeah. All good. The voices is traveling in here, you know.
Hello, and thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. I want to first and foremost let you know your song Fr33sol. I was in a place of darkness, and I found my light. I play that song probably every day in my shop.
That's what's up.
So I really appreciate your music and that song. Secondly, I heard you say you be in the crib with your family. And I also heard you say you love nature. Can I send you some plants?
Of course. Send them, log them, water them, talk to them, you know, the whole nine. You know what I mean? Like, I be enjoying the plants in the crib, you know, she do more of the maintenance.
Absolutely. Well, I'll definitely get something together.
Definitely, for sure, appreciate that. Much love, you know, Fertile Soil, that's a classic for sure. You know, Milan Drill, you know, that's something that people ask for. You know, around that time, we wanted to make something happen. We probably about due for another one, you know, that was like 3 years ago. We probably due for something. So I'm gonna see what's up with bro. Yeah, I think he just dropped a project like a day or two ago, yeah. Thank you, appreciate it, yeah. Any other questions? What's up?
Okay, so first of all, my son loves your song, Yourself King.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what's
Every
up.
time I played it for him, he was like, "Mom, who made a song for me?"
That's hard.
For it to just be such a beautiful message, it's like I'm glad that he has that type of content to consume. So I just wanted to thank you for that. But my question is, what made you decide to just, bite the bullet, do what you needed to do, and get this type of music out? This intentional spiritual music. What made you decide to go for it?
See, me as an artist, like even before, like I said, before I was Free Soul, I had another name. different type of, you know, stuff I was doing. But my music was never really like, I don't know, like super low vibrational. Cause I mean, like, as far as my background, like, I wasn't really on street shit, so it's like I couldn't rap about street shit. So that's like automatically crossing out a lot of different type of raps that I could do. Cause like, you know, I would have been lying if I would have did it. So I was kind of always on some different shit. Like it was already kind of like heading that direction before I became Fr33sol, but it kind of started more, I'll say, it was spiritual still early on, very much so, but a little bit more emphasis on like the social side too, kind of like, you know, government shit, politics shit, like, you know, like yeah, like it was like that, but it kind of evolved over time, and I feel like I would talk about the problems more early on than like embodying the solution. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like where I'm at with it now. Like even still, we still touch on that shit here and there where it need to be, but I don't really feel like, you know, like early on I might have been rapping about, you know, cops and, you know, police brutality, shit like that, more often shit like that, but I don't even want to attract them motherfuckers by even talking about them, bringing them up like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been pulled over in God knows how many years, because I just, you know what I'm saying, I'm on the vibe like, man, I'm invisible to the niggas. I ain't even about to, you know, speak that I'm a target to y'all motherfuckers. Like, just stay out my way and stay out yours. I probably ain't been pulled over in 3 or 4 years. And the times where I was talking about them all the time, my ass was in Philly getting pulled over. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like, just switch the mindset. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of different things on my awakening kind of just shifted it. You know, at some point it had started with the diet and, you know, just getting more hip to certain things. You know, obviously I grew up on processed foods just like most people, you know what I'm saying? Ramen noodles, all the cheapest shit, you know, whatever it may be, you know, but our bodies are so resilient. It's like you can damn near destroy your shit. You bounce right back in 3 months, you know, you juice fast and can meditate, you be cool, you know, for the most part. But yeah, I hope that answers the question. Yeah. Any more before we get into this thing? No?
I got
one more. Yeah.
What was the inspiration for your song Clear? What was it? Clear Vision?
Crystal Clear?
Crystal Clear, yes, that one.
I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. Like, it wasn't even no inspiration for that song. Like, it's kind of like when I'm creating, most of the time it's not premeditated. Like, it's not like I don't write out the concepts for shit. I don't really like. If I got a beat I really like, I'm gonna just load that shit up and I'm gonna get right to it. And then it's kind of just like whatever come out, and that's my life is just the inspiration for, you know, pretty much everything. Now, I mean, there's a few songs where I might get a little bit more specific, a little bit more intentional, but for the most part, that was just another one in the vault. That was just like, load it up, let's get to it, cook that shit. I sat on it for a while. I made that joint in 2021. I didn't put it out till 2023. So it was in the vault. That song wasn't even gonna come out. That was just like, just practice. I was just getting shots up, you know what I mean? So, wow. But when I did my Fr33sol Fridays in 2023, I was dropping a song every Friday, so I had to start pulling from the vault. I had to like, oh no, like, if I gotta drop a song every week, like I'm not making a new song every week. I gotta pull some shit out. So that was when I pulled up. What I pulled out, and then ended up being, you know, a real big song that I'm catching, you know, some videos that I did of it was going viral. But that was just another song, like, to be honest. Yeah.
I know you said that you live in Cali and you're from Philly. Do you feel like you had to leave your hometown to be celebrated?
Not necessarily. Like, you know, we definitely had some motion in Philly, had things going, but nationally, a little bit. I didn't have to leave, but nationally we was getting more like celebrated than at home. Like, because I was getting flown out to Cali for shows pretty frequently. That's how I even got into the energy of, you know, being in Cali. Like, first it was LA, you know, I lived in LA first. I live in San Diego now, but I was back and forth from LA a good amount, and we'd go out there, like, yeah, it's shit crazy, you know, like the way, you know, we're being treated, or we go to Atlanta and be like, damn, you know, like, the message really getting out there, and you know, Philly is cool. I love Philly. You know, obviously that's where I'm from. You know, and even a small suburb right outside of Philly called Upper Darby. You know, where I'm also from. But it was just time, like, to really expand and explore, and jump off the porch, you know, and see what else is out there. You know, as far as like the market, there are like events like this, you know, that goes on there. There's a spiritual community there, like things popping. You know, we was performing in there and doing shit like that, but it was more resources for it, you know, in other places. And that kind of goes like, and it's also kind of cliquey, like with the music scene in the traditional kind of music industry. People there, like, if you're not like networking, politicking with certain type of people or moving a certain type of way, they kind of act like they don't see what the fuck you doing. You know what I mean? Like, or like, and also, you know, obviously, you know, street rap, that's what dominate there. You know, obviously, because Philly, most of Philly is the fucking trenches. So it's like, you know, that's kind of drill street shit. That's more kind of what's dominating. You know what I'm saying? Generally there. But you know, it's always love when I go back. But Cali, you know, was what was calling, what, you know, intuitively I felt like it was needed for not just expansion there, but just inner expansion, just expansion as a person. And even outside of all that, the growth, just like the beauty of it, you know, just like driving through the hills and being able to see the whole city from a huge elevated, you know, height, and just feel so like a speckle of dust, you know, like it just reminds you, you know, just seeing something new just reminded me how beautiful this planet is. Like, love living in Cali, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, when you bring up that state, the first thing you can say is how much it costs, you know, but like, if it's your time to go there, it'll be your time, and you'll figure it out, and you'll have the amount of money that you need to be there. Like, 'cause before I went there, I was paying like $850 for rent in Philly for a 3-bedroom house, bro. Like, I had a sweet ass setup, you know what I'm saying? So at first in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna go to Cali and pay like, you know, 1-bedroom apartment there starting at, you know, two racks easy for something light, you know, something good, 25 and up, you know what I mean? So in my mind at first, I'm like, damn, like, how am I even going to do that? Like, that shit didn't seem like fathomable, it didn't seem realistic. And then I took a trip out there. I was talking to one of my friends, you know, I moved out there from Atlanta. And, you know, we chopped it up. And I'm like, man, fuck this shit, we moving out here. We gonna figure it out. And it got figured out, you know. Like Tali was saying, like, sometimes you don't always know how you have faith. Like, you say, man, I'm moving to LA next year. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do it. And it's gonna be done, you know what I mean? So that's how it went. And a lot of beautiful things transpired, you know, like, I lived in some dope neighborhoods. I first got there, I lived in Long Beach, like downtown, it was cool. Change of pace, change of scenery. And somehow I found myself living in fucking Hollywood Hills for a year. And you asked me how I got there, and it's like, bro, like, I don't know, bro. Like the universe really lines shit up for you. Like, cause me, like, credit fucked up. I ain't got my income all lined up and shit. Like, you know how this shit landlords be looking for when you apply for a place. Like, oh, can you show this, that, and the third? No, I can't show none of that. Because I was, you know, unorganized for the most part. But I found a place that I lived at for a year on Airbnb. And I just messaged the lady like, yo, I'm trying to stay long term, XYZ. I ain't got this, that, and the third, but I got the cash app, first of the month, I got you. She's like that. And she let me rent it off the app, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, it just worked out like that. And I was living like around bunch of rich people, and, you know, people 3 times my age, and they looking like, how the hell did you get here, bro? Like, and it just worked out. You know what I'm saying? And it was really dope, really cool experience. Living in LA was cool. I'm in San Diego now, which is like, it's slower than LA. It's not like, you know, the hustle and bustle, the industry shit. It's 2 hours from LA driving, so I can get there when I need to go. But it's more peaceful, it's beautiful. Anywhere you are in that city, you're 20 minutes away from the beach, bro. Always at the beach, vibing outside. A lot of the beautiful places to hike. If you're in the hikes and the nature, it's cool. Like, and for the most part, it's safe. Like, when I was in Philly, when I was living in West Philly before I moved to Cali, like, also around the COVID time, you know, I don't know if y'all remember around that time, but like, it was a lot of like, people was doing crazy shit around that time, like, just in general, you know. So I started getting strapped up, I started buying guns, I started going to the range, I started like, ain't nobody about to run down on me and my fucking family during this shit. These niggas acting crazy. government talking about, oh, we gonna come in your house and try to shoot you up. I'm like, nah, nigga, like I'm going out guns a-blazing, y'all try to keep my door down. So it was just like a whole nother energy when I'm in Philly. It was kind of, I had to feel more like militant, more like a nigga might act crazy at any time. I'm either had to fight, had to shoot, had to something. Like, but where I'm at now, none of that. None of that. I leave my door open. I can fucking leave my car key in my car, leave that shit open, go to sleep, and not have to worry about nothing. Not have to worry about my car being taken, not have to worry about a nigga kicking my door down, none of that. So it's just like a whole nother type of peace of mind. That's why I'm just like, yeah, it might cost this and that and the third, but it's like, I don't gotta worry about survival. I don't gotta worry about looking at a nigga wrong and he trying to fight type shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to do it. I had to, you know, really expand. Like I said, at first I didn't know how it was gonna get done, but it got done. And I'm living, you know, like the dream life, you know, because I took that leap and listened to spirit. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. And these kind of events are not as frequent as we would like, but hopefully we can make it happen a little more often. You're giving hope to artists like you that are in our city that need the motivation and to see the opportunities that are out there. So not just in our city, but everywhere.
Worldwide.
So
Opportunities everywhere.
we appreciate you.
Much love.
Thank you.